Most UFOs aren't what you think.
There's this hardcore 10, 15% or 20% that don't fit any explanation other than the fact that the individuals, the beings that are in them and came here by way of a process that we're not familiar with, that is time-space travel.
This is Dr. Paul Czysz, an MIT aerospace engineer who worked in the Air Force and at McDonnell Douglas on hypersonics. I'll let him tell you about his credentials.
Probably more than half of my career I was in projects that were classified or compartmentalized.
Most of Dr. Czysz's career was spent inside programs so compartmentalized, even his closest colleagues didn't know what he was working on. He described a system built like a puzzle. Each scientist assigned a single piece, never the full picture. Not because they weren't qualified, but because that's how control is maintained.
First of all, I believe there's a large number of covert projects that go on in the United States that none of us are ever aware of. And if you see some of those things, they probably bend your mind.
Despite these groundbreaking advances, the path to free energy and revolutionary propulsion has been paved with silence and tragedy. Visionary inventors who challenged the status quo often vanished or met mysterious ends. Stan Meyer, who claimed to have built a water-powered car, died under suspicious circumstances. Eugene Malov, a vocal cold fusion advocate, was violently attacked and died. Dr. Paul spoke of a brilliant mind who cracked zero-point energy but was forced into hiding, erased from public view. Breakthroughs like these often disappear from public knowledge, buried beneath layers of secrecy and silence.
There's one guy that a friend of mine actually visited in Ann Arbor, Michigan, that was, I consider, a mathematical genius that actually figured out a way to control it. He was so paranoid, he divorced his wife, left his wife and children, and went in hiding because he was terrified that someone would kill him for the knowledge that he had, the ability to tap this whenever he chose to and control it. We don't know where we haven't seen him in 5 years. I don't know where he is. You know, right now today you've got an energy problem with the price of oil. What do you think would happen if you introduced an ability to tap? 0-point energy represents about 40 to 50 megawatts of power per cubic inch of space. That's a lot of power. That's 4,600 million watts of power. And if you could tap it at will, then no one would have to sell gasoline or oil anymore. You would just tap into it. It would be like taking and going out to the Great Lakes and taking out one drop and using it. You'd hardly miss it.
Nikola Tesla's research into wireless energy transmission, anti-gravity, and free energy technology faced a similar fate. The moment he died, the FBI raided his lab and confiscated his notebooks before the coroner even arrived. Tesla's revolutionary ideas, which could have transformed energy and technology worldwide, were swept out of sight.
The difficulty with Tesla is that when he passed away, J. Edgar Hoover came in and confiscated almost everything. When his maid discovered him dead, she didn't discover him dead. She discovered 5 FBI agents in his room pilfering everything, and he was laying on the bed dead. His nephew sued the U.S. government and won back, theoretically, all of his equipment, experiments, and records. There were theoretically 50 boxes. He got 45 of those in Belgrade. The other 5 are missing, and a whole bunch of stuff is missing.